We're in better spirits. Anthony is
back.
Another OOO show out of office, but
Baby, that's what we do.
I don't mind it. Actually, you know what? Before anyone asks, out of office means I am not in the studio. I had to work late. I hate it. I honestly hate it. I feel like I can't. I'm always a little bit delayed. There's just a little bit of offsettingness. It doesn't flow as well, but we get through it because we do improv.
Yeah, actually, that's what we were first, a traveling band of improvists, a troupe, if you will. And
that's why this soundbite is so clutch when I play it.
Baby, that's what we do.
Oh,
but you know what? I thought I'm surprised you didn't call me out on it. I the first second is cut off of it, so I got to redo it. Listen to it.
So I got a question for you guys.
Baby,
Do
that's
we
what
do
we
shout outs
do.
now that AJ has the pre-recorded shout out to our social media stuff?
Well, yeah, we do.
Shout out.
We do the shout outs on the visuals for our visual audience members, and then AJ will just cut this part out right after we come out of it. No, he keeps it live, so he does double.
So just
double.
You can say what's ever relevant, basically the website, the handles.
At cowboyscanfan.com. I guess there's no at in front of it.
Hey, but that works. At Cowboys Can Fan, all our handles.
And guess who fucked up already?
Send the nude pics to Instagram, send the stats to Twitter, and TikTok. Do what you will with. Those are our three main platforms. And then also the website, cowboyscanfan.com. And where you're seeing us here, well, we don't need to tell you because you're on YouTube.
Okay,
YouTube,
if you had to choose just one of those social media platforms to interact with or to see CanFan on, which one would you pick?
I'll answer this first.
Yep.
So living through the post game Alex on video is a whole different vibe than the audio. Like you could listen to the audio and not realize how absolutely
trashed,
how fucking wasted he was after that game.
I noticed.
You can tell, but if
you
were just a regular listener, like I was listening, I was like, he doesn't sound nearly as bad as he looked.
Good or is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think
it's good. So
I've conditioned myself.
For the most entertainment value, I think watching on YouTube's the best. But also, I like driving and listening because I pick up when I re-listen to our podcast. I pick up more stuff that I didn't miss or that I missed during the live, while we're doing it. Probably because I'm drinking and I'm involved with it at the time.
And also, you're not distracted by our handsome faces.
But if I had to pick one, like for any listener or new person in the chat, if I had to follow us on anything, I would probably pick the YouTube. With saying that, go to our Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a like, leave us a rating. It helps grow this channel, and we appreciate it. Download the episodes. We love you. Let's hop into this shit. Woo! We are coming off of Eagles week.
Did you see that? He just totally cut both of our answers off, and he just went.
Oh yeah. Well, you guys, sorry.
But that's okay. No. Chat's already going. Chat's not even waiting. Chat's not even waiting for us. Chat's already asking. They're giving scoring predictions. They're asking about CeeDee Lamb's numbers. They're talking about DAK being back, baby. So we got a loaded episode.
Can I just do some quick housekeeping here?
Yes, for fucking sakes, let's do it.
Let's do it. For the scores, I'm not going to stop you from doing what you're doing, but we're only going to take
your lunch for it.
We're only going to take them before the game. That way, it's not a fucking shit show here trying to do two things at once. But throw them out there, and if by chance, of course, we miss it and you did predict it, we can find it in the chat. Just try to
give a little backstory though. Why are people giving the scores? They're giving the scores because if you get the score prediction, you will get some swag. You will get a Cowboys fan.
What I'm seeing
limited edition T-shirt.
I'm seeing a boo in the chat, and I see AJ do your job in capitals. Yeah, I get it. AJ, I agree. AJ is trying to fucking have a night off.
Hey, we're not going to eat their.
I'm not going to eat our fucking lunch.
If they put it in chat and they can prove that they put the score or they got the game score right, and they send us a DM on any of our platforms, we will adhere. He doesn't have to write it down as long as they can prove it.
I'm just saying we'll take it. Join us for the live stream before the game and reiterate it, and we'll be able to write it down.
That's AJ's.
Guys, don't put my chicken scratch.
That's AJ's notes. This is how we score predict. Look at this.
I like it. It looks like some beautiful mind shit going on there.
It looks like
or beautiful mind or
Goodwill Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodwill Hunting.
Or
like I was saying, Eagles week did not go as planned. Cooper Rush completely crashed and burned. He could not shoulder the weight of a decent defense against us. And he almost mounted a decent comeback. We did get within 3 points, but then he had a critical interception with 5 minutes left in the game. That's okay. Cooper Rush got us to 4-2. Nobody's going to eat his lunch over that. We're super stoked that Cooper Rush did what he did, but I'm stoked that number 4 is back.
I also, like, in retrospect, look back, I was pretty bummed, but on Monday, after shaking off the hangover,
crack him if you got him, son.
Crack him if you got him. I started to think, you know what? Like, we're going. A perfect season's not ever gonna happen again, probably. Let's say, but generally, you're gonna lose games, and so 4-2 with DAK in, I'd still be pretty happy about that. We are in a tight, tough division, so that's what makes it a little harder. And the division loss sucks because had we won that one, we would have swept our first few games against them. But we're gonna come back on Christmas Eve with our full squad. We're gonna strap up, boot up, whatever they call that.
Well, it's a long season, right? Like it was week 6. We had a loss against the Eagles. We get to regroup and we get to go for a run. Right now, we kind of were looking at some. I don't know if you want to go into the divisions right now.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
really know what order you want to do this, but we were kind of looking at the divisions right now. The NFC East, if playoffs happen, we'd be sending 3 teams into the playoffs right now. And it's a possibility that we might be sending 3 teams in. I've also seen in past years a team start off 6-0 and end up crashing and burning, missing playoffs. So there's still a chance these Eagles and these Giants crash and burn, right? I've watched a bunch of the Giants game. I honestly think the Giants look better than the Eagles to me personally. Like the Eagles, after playing them, did they scare you? Like it sucked when it was 20-0, but then once we got back to our game and our game plan, I felt like they weren't that good of a team. Yeah,
certainly they weren't scary. It was a frustrating game because of the interceptions, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris Ruiz in the chat saying there's going to be 3 teams in the playoffs from the East, no doubt.
I hope so. Say what you will about any division, but the NFL is better when the NFC Beast is back. We always get those primetime games. We got the big markets in Dallas and New York, and then Philly's its whole other ball game, and then we have our weird stepchild in the Commanders. They're even 2-4. Like they have a chance to maybe battle back with the 7-team. This is the funny thing with the 7-team format in playoffs now. You could technically have all 4 teams from a division make the playoffs. So that'll happen. That'll happen eventually.
Any other teams in the NFC scare you, or any other divisions?
Well, it's funny you say that because the Vikings right now 5-1, who we're gonna go see. I believe it's November 20th.
Yep.
I wouldn't have guessed the Vikings to be 5-1 and at the top of the NFC North right now. But you look at some of these divisions, nothing really jumps out. Minus that, the NFC West hasn't been as good as it is in previous years. Like usually, look at all the 3-3 teams. Usually, one of these teams is out to a hot start, and they're all kind of just mediocre right now.
I think what's interesting too is we're playing 2 NFC North teams back to back, the bottom of the barrel Lions and then the Bears.
Must wins.
Oh my.
Must wins.
We cannot lose. We cannot lose any standings, like any fighting in the standings, to a loss to a 1-4 or are they 1-5? The Lions, I think I saw there.
Lions 1-5 or
not lose to a 1-5 team.
1-4.
1-4 or to a 2-4 team. We cannot lose either of these next 2 games coming up.
And here's the big difference. It stands out obviously to me, but you look at their just points for and points against. The Bears only scored 93 points, so obviously that offense is not really anything to be scared about. But they haven't allowed a lot of points, 118. So they're kind of playing the same type of game, relatively to the Cowboys. And then the Lions, 140 points for leading their division, and 170 against. So they're losing games on defense.
They can't stop it. They can't stop anyone. They're getting smoked. What's actually our points for and points against?
Sorry, I'll bring it back up. I'm trying I'm just trying to keep that retention going.
Really good
on their feet.
Look at our points against, man.
Really good.
That's legit.
Looking tough.
And below,
that's got to be almost one of the lowest in the league. The Niners look at the lowest at 89, but
Let me hop over to the AFC conference really quick. Bills 81.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the Broncos 99. But that's Titans 96, Texans 86. I'm looking at points for.
Yeah, so points against you. We're talking.
Third.
Yeah, that's not bad, man. That's pretty good. And we put up. What did we get put on us? 26 last week.
Yes.
So I mean, this defense, as long as we're not giving up 14 play drives and letting the other team be on the field half the game and giving them 3 extra possessions because of interceptions, this defense will be able to hang with any team. I think this defense is right now playoff ready. We just need to get that offense rolling with Dak Prescott. And I'm pretty excited to see. I really hope Dak comes out and absolutely wallops the Lions this week and just shuts everybody up. Like I want to see blood. I know someone posted in chat earlier, do we think CeeDee Lamb's numbers will go up with Dak in? I would be very surprised if they didn't.
And that's kind of been something that we haven't talked about, but maybe it's because the offense just in general hasn't been really exciting. CeeDee Lamb, underwhelming, what you expected. And you just said, Anthony, I kind of agree. He's going to see a boost with Dak back at the helm now. But up to this point, though, he has been fairly ho-hum. And I think
it's hard to judge it with Cooper Rush, right? Like on that last interception of the game, CeeDee Lamb burned his guy. The guy fell down. CeeDee Lamb was wide open, and Cooper Rush threw an absolute gumboot in the air. If that's a quarterback that gets it up and over, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, he has had a couple crucial drops. It's tough to gauge what I think CeeDee Lamb's done this year so far with a backup quarterback and Cooper Rush, who's never going to air it out. So we'll learn pretty quick here if him and Dak these next 2 weeks, if they're on the same page or not.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think? Well, I saw obviously we know Dak's been medically cleared to play, and then all of a sudden, Dalton Schultz is questionable to healthy. Do you think we're going to see Schultz come back in and become go from being Casper the nowhere receiving ghost to actually being Dak's comfort blanket again? Or is he going to be non-existent in this upcoming game?
think personally, Fergalicious has earned the right to get some snaps.
Yep.
You know, that's a thing that
sometimes you say, like, don't talk while you're eating or chewing your food. Same thing goes with vaping. Don't
I
talk
like when you talk in vape.
Smoke weed every day.
while you're vaping.
Smoke it up, smoke it up, smoke it up.
I saw some point of view which I didn't mind, and as much as Schultz hates me, he's still in my heart. Even though he's riding the pine on the Bandwagon Boys fantasy team. That's another story. I saw trading him. There's some trade value in a Schultz trade because he is a young, has shown success, and he's the type of like those types of tight ends are sought after. If we have Hendershot and Ferguson, obviously Ferguson could be our 1A and Hendershot our
Schultz
1B.
Schultze 1A, Schultze 1B.
Yeah. Though if they can fill that void, it's a smart move to do. Just throwing that out there.
No,
discuss.
I agree.
No, I agree completely. That's a great point because not only does it save us from being in this weird spot next year when are we paying Schultz? Are we not paying Schultz? You could trade him right now, possibly for a wide receiver 2 even, and I'd be okay with that because Hendershot and Fergalicious have showed that they're capable to not only block in our running game, but give us splash plays when we need them. We know this offense is tight end friendly. Dalton Schultz was a 4th round pick. Why can't Fergalicious be the next Dalton Schultz and just get the same production? And with trading him, us gain another spot of need, right? So right. I would love it if we could get a great or a decent even wide receiver 2. Yeah. Because a lot of people are looking for tight ends. Tight ends are hard to come by. They're not a dime a dozen, especially one that can put up decent numbers. Schultz has proven that he can do it in the NFL, but it seems like he's a product of Dak and the scheme.
Yeah, that's what Ultra Cowboys. Sorry, Alex.
Yep.
So before I say anything, one sec.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Go for it.
Miss Elizabeth, aka EJ Savage's wife, you got to stay up and watch the rest of the Can Fan with EJ. I know it's East Coast time and it's a little bit late for y'all, but just bear with us. Anth, go ahead and crack it for EJ's wife.
Crack. Oh, fuck.
Oh shit! What happened? Crack him if you got him.
What the fudge was that?
It blew up.
Hey, not all cracks are made the same.
Steve Chili says, I think Ferguson is a great fill-in while Schultz is hurt. And then Jose Ultra Cowboy says, we need more Turpin in the slot. Schultz is Dak's guy. That's why they rested him last week. It was for him to come back the same week as Dak. Schultz not getting traded. And I don't disagree with him on that.
Look,
I don't disagree either.
I think it's an interesting idea, but absolutely, like, there's no rush to do that. Week 8, I think, at the end of week 8 is the end of the trade. All I'm saying is, as a Madden NFL owner, Madden 23 NFL owner,
and multiple fantasy football squads.
I'm just looking at the numbers, and
that's what we got to do, baby.
Hendershot and Ferguson can carry that load, but I totally agree.
Let's bring it up. What's their numbers?
They each have over 8 targets, at least 5 receptions, 60 yards, and a tutty between the two of them. So they can fill that void that Schultz not being there. Now, I do agree. Give him play him till at least week 8 and see, because I agree. Schultz is a very good receiver when Dak's in.
Well, Fergalicious was doing some of those dangle moves, like he was fucking playing in the UFEFA or the NHL, getting that tutty. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'd like to see what Fergie could do with.
It's a good problem.
A quarterback like Dak.
Oh yeah.
Oh sure.
And like we said, Schultz, you unbanned us, Bingham Baller 9, and we'll possibly be on the no trade route. But we're just saying, you know. Show some fan love, baby.
The thing right now, you wouldn't trade Schultz because his trade value would be super low because he hasn't done anything really this year. Yeah. And the NFL's a what have you done yesterday type league. So maybe the Cowboys never really do these blockbuster trades, but it is fun to talk about.
Yeah, EJ says Ferguson's a better blocker right now than Schultz, and he's looking like he can be just as good as a receiver. Jose saying the 2 best TEs to run 12 personnel is Ferguson and Schultz. And then Steve Chili's saying that we think Turpin's going to be used as a secret weapon.
We've been wanting to see Turpin in the offense since he got signed, right? And they're just, I don't understand why they're not trying something with him, especially last week when we were down by 20. Why not try to put him in and just send him deep? Yeah. There was that one, I don't remember the guy's name when we played against I think it was the Commanders. Sorry, no, it was against LA. I can't remember the guy's name, but Cooper Kupp had the big run or the big catch run. But there was a guy before who's like a no-name dude who they just sent on a fly route and he beat Diggs because the guy's fast as fuck. I don't understand why we can't just put Turpin in at some point in the slot and just say, hey, they know you're going deep, go deep, and we're going to throw it to you if you get the right coverage.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen that really at all. I mean, it might have happened on a couple plays, but the ball wasn't thrown in his direction at all. So
I haven't even really seen him on the offense, man.
Yeah.
Alex, your buddy Nick's in the chat. He's saying, "What do you think? What do you think Dak is best QB in the league?"
I'm still feel sexually assaulted by Nick.
Do you only remember because of you rewatched it or re-listened?
No, that's the only thing that was stamped in my mind. I'm touching my
What did
neck,
he say? What do you think Dak is best QB in the league? He's definitely the best QB in the NFC East. He's at least 2 tiers better than Danny fucking Dimes. So, people, I don't know. I don't understand how Dak gets this knock. He's not a top 5 quarterback, but he's definitely not a schlub.
Tutu Atwell is who the receiver was on.
Yeah, so they just on the Rams, they sent that guy deep and just sent him up. Why not try that eventually with Turpin?
This is interesting because I think it leads to the next question that I've seen online, and
but you can't believe everything that you see online.
You can't, but you can hide in the corners and play with yourself while you watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
But will the offense change now that? Or I guess it's kind of a 2-pronged question. Will the offense change now that Dak's in, and do you want it to change, and how do you want it to change if that's the case?
I don't want them to change it. I don't want Dak throwing more than 30 times ever.
I like that.
Yeah. Again, the game plan is to keep do the play calling that you're doing with Cooper Rush. You're obviously something is working to a degree with your offense when you're playing to Cooper Rush's non-strengths and you're calling plays that you think he's capable of making, just give those a little bit to Dak. We go back time and time again. Dak, they want Dak to throw because he's the fucking $70 million a year quarterback. They're expecting Dak to make those big plays where all of us just want to fucking win the game and have the appropriate play calls.
Well, the issue is, so in Dak's rookie season, Scott Linehan was the offensive coordinator, and everybody hated Scott Linehan because he had zero creative, like he wasn't creative at all. All we did was line up and run the ball, right? But it was effective and it won. Like no one could stop us when we lined up and ran the ball. When I watched this against Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is supposed to be this big badass defense, Zeke looked like Zeke of old. Zeke had a very, very good game. I still think he should have had 7 to 10 more carries than what he had.
Yep. Yeah, I get we look at how they're splitting the backs between Pollard and Zeke, and what doesn't work is if they aren't getting if our running core isn't getting enough snaps, they're not in that rhythm that they need in order to break those bigger plays, because Zeke got more pulls the last few games, and even last game you start to see some of these more solid breakout runs. He had a great drive. He had a couple solid runs this last game,
nice touchdown run
and the nice tutty.
I have a question. Was last week the first week that we ran X amount of times and lost? How many carries did we get?
Ooh.
I know Zeke had 13. What did Pollard have?
Let me go ahead and see. I don't want it to be ruined, but
Ultra saying 2016 Dak is what we need for a Super Bowl.
Definitely.
Steve Chili saying that's it. Use the same formula we use with Rush, and we'll see 2016 Dak again. And then Nick saying the girl with the Dallas Cowboys shirt is hot.
Hey
AJ, he's into you.
I'm starting to feel fine about it now.
Should we start up an AJ OnlyFans? I think we try to get as much money out of this as we can.
Yeah, even if it's just one dude. That pays for
Patreon.
lunch.
Not even a Patreon.
And it's $19.99, guys. 24 exactly.
So I saw Law Nation. Shout out to Law Nation. I did see him post the same stat that we had been looking at, but he went a little bit further.
Crack him if you got him.
Yeah,
got him. And he had put 25 rushing attempts. So maybe it was when we exceeded 24. But
okay.
So yeah, because what did we have? Pollard had
we had exactly 24.
Yeah, Pollard had 11 and Zeke had 13.
Yeah, and then Lamb ran for 2, but I don't include those.
No, you can't include
they're
that
special.
Shit.
But that's, still not enough. Okay, say that's bare minimum.
But Cooper threw for 38. So that's
that's
way too fucking many.
Too many for Cooper Rush. I don't.
Too many for Dak.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to see Dak throw it more. At most, I get it. The NFL nowadays is a throwing league, but I don't want to see Dak throw more than 35 times. Okay, so Zeke and Pollard combined together for 24. That's not enough rushing. Zeke could almost have, in a game like that where he's taking over, Zeke should have 24 carries.
Well, his average was 6.2. Now he came on stronger at the end, but that's the point. You're trying to tire a defense out, and you're kind of playing this mental game of like, we don't care. Like Zeke rushes hard. We see it when he gets touched. He's pushing forward always for another 2 yards. It seems like, right? Even if he's touched at the line of scrimmage. So we'll take I think when we looked in the first half, I think his average was like 2.5 or something. Ended up the game at 6.2. What's that show you? Like that formula of just pressing them with the run game works, and eventually Zeke's going to start breaking for those 5, 6, 7 yard gains, which is how he plays. I'm loving watching it. And then you throw in that little TP20. Now he didn't have the best game last game, but he has that potential to break for a big game.
Every time he touches the ball, he has the potential to go the distance. The thing I don't like about our split in running and passing, in no weird delusional stranger than fiction land of fantasy should our running backs have a combined 24 carries and Cooper Rush throws for 38.
Yeah,
that should have just and never happened.
It would be different if the completions were, say, 24 or more. 18 completions. So it wasn't like there was...
That's dog shit. That's very, very bad.
It wasn't like there was great success. And real quick, this is what we're tallying up to. So Zeke is on pace. He's averaging about 15 carries a game. He's on pace for 266. To me, that seems a little low. I think you want to boost that up by a couple per game. Pollard is on pace for, he has 9 average carries per game, and he's on pace for 155 carries.
Not enough.
Not enough. Our total is 421 carries. Some running backs do 300 plus themselves.
I'm almost positive DeMarco Murray in 2014 was like.
Here he goes. Look at AJ's going to check those facts.
I'm pretty sure DeMarco Murray was like 440 or something. I'm almost positive he was over 400 in his year. And I'm pretty sure Zeke came pretty close to 400 in 2016.
The
AJ,
the most ever was actually, and one of my favorite players, Larry Johnson, if you remember him.
Oh, Larry Johnson was awesome.
Yeah, 416 attempts is the most.
Okay, so what was DeMarco Murray's most yards or most carries? Sorry.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray in 2014 was 392. So
okay,
yeah.
so
that's the most by a Cowboy.
He didn't even break top 5 though, by the way.
That was one of my favorite years of a running back. DeMarco Murray was so good in 2014, man.
1,800 yards, 4.7 average with 13 tutties. What a season.
That's a Cowboys rushing record, by the way, 1,800 yards put up.
1845 total.
Yeah, that's the Cowboys rushing record.
At a 4.7 average. I mean,
he was a fucking beast, man. He was so good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Shout out to DeMarco Murray, but he left the Cowboys to go play for the Eagles, so fuck him.
Fuck him. But yeah, like you said, 421. Sure. I mean, that just seems very, very low. I'm worried that when Dak comes back, we're going to see more of that type of split that we just saw in the Philly game. I don't know if I mean, it should hopefully end up better.
More the throwing ratio higher than the run ratio.
Yeah, that ratio. I'm worried at that because you would think that, okay, we're going to be a little bit more run heavy just by nature because we have our backup in and more times it's going to call for the run when you're making that type of decision of, are we going to pass or run on this play, right? Just by chance of opportunity running back.
Not if you're Kellen Moore on Sunday night, babe.
No. So I don't know. I agree. 30 passes. Let's continue to increase that run. The run, or maybe keep pace with what we're doing now, at least 24 plus rushes. And if Law Nation's done better analytics, than us, which I don't doubt, then it's 25. But we gotta keep that run game involved throughout the entire game.
Doesn't matter if you're down by 20 or not. I got a question for you here. Another thing for you to look up. I know we're kind of swarming you with shit to look up.
Love it.
But what was the split last year? How many passing attempts did Dak have versus how many rushing attempts did we have?
Okay.
And while he's checking that out, EJ wants to say, 2014 season could have and should have been so special, man. Confused.
Should have been a Super Bowl.
Murray, Dez, and Romo.
Should have been a fucking Super Bowl. It should have been an NFC Championship appearance.
And then, I definitely feel like there's two Jose's. The off-game Jose that's talking is super positive when he says things like, you will see the same offense. This offense could make Dak MVP. And then when Sunday rolls around, it's Dak can't throw out of a paper bag. This offense is fucking done.
Game day, game day, Ultra Cowboy is a different beast.
Yeah,
but we'll take the positivity now.
We'll take both. It's a ride or die,
Yeah, Jose Ultra Cowboy is the most polarizing Cowboys fan ever. I love it. It's fucking amazing.
So last year we threw for 58% of the time, but we ended up with 473 rushing attempts. So about 50 rushing attempts below what we're on pace to do right now. But 58% was our passing. 58%.
58 to 42, which isn't terrible, I guess.
32, yeah. Well, I think it's probably pretty similar, but it's still the attempts are low. The attempts are low.
Would it be 30? Would it be 32 or 42%?
32% rushing, 57% or 58% passing, 32% rushing.
Oh, then that's not nearly enough.
No, that's what I mean. 40.
You're right. That's not near. That's okay. Sorry, my math was shit there. That's not we got to run more than that.
Wait, I'm wrong. You're right.
It's 42, right?
Do the fucking math here. Hang on.
The guy, Angel says the guy with the Cowboys hat and glasses should start an OnlyFans.
Sick
That's
fuck.
it.
Yes, and you're right.
Boo, boo, boo.
52 to 40.
58 to 42.
There we go. Thank you.
While you guys are like,
Isn't bad.
fun fact.
That's not bad.
Fun fact about me: I don't like numbers. I don't like math. So when you start talking numbers, I'm just monitoring.
I know
chat.
you're out.
I'm like, I honestly don't even know what you guys were talking about. For the
Let
last
me
5
see
minutes.
what we are right now.
Oh, survey says from Nate Dogg, a little more hand holding is needed. Put him up. Well, I forgot. Boots on the ground showed up, and I forgot to say hey to him because I didn't want to interrupt your guys'.
What up, Boots?
But Boots is in
Me
the
and
house.
AJ trying to do math at each other.
Okay, I got to, and now here's this year's stats. Everyone's been waiting for it. You're about to get it.
Do you want me to bring him up?
No.
Oh, you're doing
I'm
quick
just
math.
doing quick math.
Do you want me to proofread it?
While he's doing the quick math, did you see anything else come up about the no call for CeeDee Lamb's?
Nah, I mean it's long gone. It's just
Obviously there's nothing you could do about it, but it's like
There's nothing else you
was there
can
any
do.
reasoning on why they didn't call a challenge for that?
no. I think what happened.
No,
is
no one seemed to be talking about it except for like us.
they were trying to outsmart their opponent. The weirdest part about that is they lined up like they were going to be the ones that got fucked by the challenge.
Yeah.
It was super strange.
Yeah, it was.
Jose, he is using a calculator. You can't see it.
And I
He's
got
using
it.
a calculator on his screen.
And I got it. And so this year we are actually increased our rushing. We're 53% passing. So much.
So that's pretty close.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
basically that's a coin flip of what we're gonna do, which
Yeah.
is weird until last game. I think if we would have went to
Right.
if we would have stuck to the game plan that we had been using to win football games, we would have been probably like 60-40 with rushing to passing. Because Cooper rushed the game before, he threw 16 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then against the Eagles, he threw 38, which makes no fucking sense.
this is a great idea coming from chat from our boy EJ Savage. Imagine if the bandwagon boys got a half star on their forearms, and when they did the handhold, it made the full star. So, like that, we'd have to figure out what placement for it. So,
Sorry, dude, our arms are full. We'll have to use our butt cheeks.
Oh my God.
It actually is a picture. It's
a
Ant's
great idea.
face. Ant's face is on our arms.
it's Jerry Jones.
Oh, hey, that's a good segue with Jerry Jones. So there
Sure.
was some big news. I think it came out yesterday. So they had the all the owners.
Yeah, we were gonna talk about that, but the stat. So Boots says the stats that you guys provide on the show is exactly why I watch. Cowboys can fan sets the bar for journalistic integrity.
Hey, it's called folklore, baby.
Hey, in this day and age, opinion matters just as much
Yeah.
as facts, and that's what we're here for, baby.
And now your boy Nick's starting to troll us in the chat, saying that Dak is worse than Geno Smith, way worse than Daniel Jones, Zach Tua.
Geno Smith is making fucking Daniel Jones look like a paper boy. Like Geno Smith stats. Geno Smith looks a million times better than Daniel Jones. This Nick dude has no legs to talk about Daniel Jones being the quarterback. Daniel Jones is awful. The only reason they're playing well is their defense is doing well, and Saquon Barkley is having a resurgence of his career. Daniel Jones
That's what you
is
get.
not the reason that they're 5-1.
Saquon's had like the last 3 years off, so of course he's gonna do well.
Daniel Jones is not that guy.
He's
Don't
not that
come
guy.
in here saying Daniel Jones is a good quarterback and saying that Geno Smith is better than Dak Prescott. Geno Smith is miles ahead of Daniel Jones.
And before we hop,
stare at me, go!
before we hop on back to that Jerry Jones, I do want to say Geno Smith has been that solid backup quarterback on my Madden team for years. Like literally since he's been in the league, he's been
His
one
ninth
of the,
year.
Yeah, he's been one of the best free agent QBs. So,
But he ain't. What is he? The Willie Beeman? I've been around this. I'm halfway done my career.
Well, the best
But he
Geno
can't
Smith,
move. He can't move like Willie Beeman.
the best Geno Smith story is he got his jaw broken because he owed a guy on the team $600. The linebacker punched him out and broke his jaw like
for $600,
8 years ago or something.
Whoa.
and
These guys are millionaires.
yeah, it's the principle.
Nate Dogg says we all know Jimmy G is the worst QB in the league. So
And
okay,
still better than Daniel Jones.
let's get into this.
Let's get into it.
After Ants does another failed crack 'em.
These things are like shook up or something.
Crack 'em.
We don't even hear yet. We don't even hear
Crack
that
'em if
gorgeous.
you got 'em, son.
We don't even hear that gorgeous.
Yeah, it's something about it when I'm on the Zoom. It doesn't happen. Okay, so yesterday or the day before, there was an owners meeting to vote if Roger Goodell's contract was going to get extended, and the league owners went 31 for yay and 1 for nay.
Yeah.
And the one nay was our guy, Jerry Jones.
J, baby.
Why?
Just so Jerry Jones knows, and so it's on record, I did boo Roger Goodell at the draft.
Yep.
I'm on your side, Jerry.
And he loves it. Roger Goodell loves it. That's the unfortunate thing.
Hey, let's do a reenactment. Alex is Jerry Jones. Adam is Robert Kraft. You have what they each say.
Okay. Okay.
You're
Jerry Jones. So should we? Here we go. Here, let's go. I'll go off of the big screen.
Yeah.
Just so you can see it. Okay. Go ahead.
Don't fuck with me.
Excuse me?
Don't mess with me.
Was I just there for that?
Yeah.
I felt like I was just at the owners meeting.
I was trying to make a massage joke for Robert Kraft, but
I feel like Jerry would be like hands on the table, like seething and leaning in.
He would look at him and go, bet you Jerry go, don't you dare fuck with me, Bob. He's like,
yeah, he calls him Bob for sure.
Yeah, don't you fuck with me, Bob.
Come on, Ronald McDonald.
I have a question for you guys because the whole argument.
Yes, Jerry does spit salt when he talks. We know that.
Oh, 100%. The weird thing with this is Jerry Jones voted no because he didn't like the bonuses that Roger Goodell was getting. He didn't like the way his contract was set up. But so Roger Goodell made $128 million last year.
Yep.
Nate Dogg texted me that info yesterday. So me and him were kind of like, what the seriously? But Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones are billionaires. Like, why is Jerry?
Yeah. So the whole point of having a guy like Roger Goodell in that role is to be the fucking shield for the rest of these billionaire owners. So they're gonna pay him $120 million to get booed at drafts and to get shit on by the rest of the league because the owners are putting in practice. So the fact that there's arguments and there's leaked stuff coming out of these owner meetings, there's like, and the whole stuff with with what's his name, the other
Snyder?
Yeah, with Snyder going on. Like, it's just like right now it's like the owner drama.
It's weird, right? It's all
you never hear anything about the owners. And again, that's why they put fucking Gomers like Goodell in that position. And he gets paid a bunch of money. And all Jerry Jones wanted to do is say, like, well, let's get it on paper. We got to look into his commissions and
his bonuses
a lot more.
Here's Jerry Jones's actual
the
issue.
hick from the sticks, Jerry Jones.
His actual issue is he believes that the contract shouldn't be so heavily bonus laden, and he doesn't think that he should get a bonus before the job has been done.
Yeah.
So from what I'm reading through this is that contract, which is actually not to tell Nate Dogg he's incorrect.
Hey,
but
Nate
it's
Dogg.
128 over 2 years.
Hey, Nate Dogg, you're incorrect.
So it's a $64 million contract, but obviously it's laden with bonuses, so maybe it goes up that much. He is so much higher than any other commissioner, by the way. He earned.
Well, yeah, but the NFL's the bread and butter sports league in the world almost, right?
It's the only sports league out of those major four in North America. Basketball, baseball, and hockey, which obviously is the bottom of those. But it's the only sport whose viewership has at least gone up or retained year after year, while every other sport is
plummeting
in a downward trend since like
bad.
The 70s.
But it's not. I mean, the problem when you hear that amount of money, it's not Roger Goodell that's doing those ratings, right? Like, it's not none of that.
No, but he is so. Why I would keep Roger Goodell is because he has been part of this. The NFL is an entertainment business. Yep. It's as much as we're watching sports, the NFL is into entertainment. And like you just said, Ant, they have by far done the best in producing their sport, which literally, and it's an exciting game, but it's worse than baseball in terms of action per minute.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a play
Don't
happens.
you ever say that to me ever again.
No. Just from a.
Don't you ever say football is worse than baseball.
It's
or
not.
We are having it out.
Yeah. Hey,
There's a flavor.
but
You're not wrong.
You know
I know
what
what you mean. It's like, okay, run a play, wait 40 seconds, watch the same play highlight 3 times.
Yeah, and baseball cannot maybe because of the cadence of the pitches, but there's a pitch and then you wait, and a pitch and you wait. But with football, they've figured out a formula, or maybe it came naturally, but of showcasing it.
Yeah.
On a
You stay engaged.
You stay engaged. They
Which is
keep you
odd
engaged.
that they would fine you for certain touchdown celebrations.
Not
or
anymore.
Trash talking. But you know what I mean? Like if we're here for the entertainment value, a lot of the shit that they fucking call.
They don't want to XFL it though.
No, of course not. But I mean, like look at through all of the 90s and early 2000s when you weren't fined for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
but part of the entertainment is this is why all the rules have changed as well, to be very beneficial to quarterbacks, because they know through the data that if they don't have star quarterbacks throwing in big plays sell. We need
They
good
lose
quarterback.
retention
Yes.
in the game.
The thumbnail would be great. Is it if we clip this where Jerry Jones and the rest of the owners. I mean, like think about think of Game of Thrones, and they're doing some sort of like major. You get the
Incest
nobleman
party.
No, you get the nobleman. Well, now we can't clip this. You get the noblemen, and they sit in front. They have their council, and they vote on something. And then Roger Goodell is that like nerdy fucking jester guy who goes to the peasants and tells the new thing that we're raising
Wait a
taxes.
second.
And we're doing this.
Are we the peasants?
Yeah, and then they start throwing like cabbages at him. Like that's the situation here. Like Goodell thinks he had like you're blind if you think that Roger Goodell has really any pull. Like he's doing what the Billionaire Boys Club is telling him to do.
Oh, he's just a face of all the owners. That's it.
Do you think that at the Billionaire Boys Club table, like the guy who has the least amount of money is like shunned upon? Like they just don't even really talk to that guy. Like out of the 32 owners, they're like there's like 5 or 6 of them that are just they
all got to
like
be billionaires.
they got
though,
like no respect at the table, so that the rest of the Billy Boys just don't even talk to them.
Guaranteed. Any type of I guess you say boys club, and these guys are the ultra rich boys club. There's obviously going to be cliques, right, in between them.
We're dandy boys.
EJ says, I think the real problem was Jerry and Robert were arguing over who looked less like a chewed up Starburst, and they couldn't come to a conclusion.
Delicious.
All right, should we jump into some Lions Cowboys, or what do you guys think?
Let's look. We did it last week. Let's look at the Lions season so far.
Right, yeah. So let's get their schedule, previous schedule, who they've played, how they've lost. I do like this to kind of you get a little bit of feel of, like you said, AJ, in the pre-show, I think it was by week 6 or week 7 that we're going into, teams kind of start showing who they are. Whereas like if we were playing the Lions week 2, you don't really know, but they're not only does their schedule tell a tale, but their record tells a tale. They're currently 1-4. And we saw with their stats, they had 140 points but they also have given up 170 points.
Which is incredible. An incredible amount of points. So week 1 versus the Eagles, they lost a very close battle. Again, I don't watch any of these games.
I watched that game. It was good.
Yeah,
it was actually a very entertaining game. So
it was 38-35, a field goal loss to the Eagles.
And then week 2, when I was in Vegas, they smoked the Commanders. I was pretty jacked up on that. I was down playing some roulette, and the game was on, and I was watching it, and the Lions were smoking them. And because I actually was a big fan of the Lions Hard Knocks series on HBO. I was like, oh man, maybe they're actually going to make some noise. I watched week 1, they almost beat the Eagles, and then week 2, they beat the Commanders. I was like, oh fuck, this team's actually might be legit.
So you're watching the games of other teams in our division.
Yeah, because he's.
I always do.
Ant was gonna. He started going to Canva. He started making a proposal to say how we can transfer this from Cowboys can fan to Lions can fan.
No, so yeah, that was a 27-36 loss. So it must have been worse in game than it looks on paper. That victory, better, I mean.
The Lions killed them. The Commanders came back at the end. the interesting thing here is you look at these scores; these are all very close games.
Yeah, like for the Vikings to win, and it's a 28-24.
Week 3, Vikings win 28-24.
Seahawks 48-45.
Big scoring in that game.
Wow, I mean,
and then obviously the Pats game was kind of a blowout. I actually bet on the Lions that game. This is why I don't bet on Cowboys games.
You literally goose egged them. 29-0 to the Pats.
Ant walks in, he's like, I'm about to make 17 grand. So goose egg.
Patriots aside, and that's always a special case because Belichick, you know, he's still that magician. He's gonna put a spell on you or your defense or offense.
Yep.
A lot of scoring in these games. They've scored at least 4 touchdowns in each game.
Well, I mean,
I'd like to see who their players are. I know Saint Armand, whatever. I know he's decent.
Hey, don't make up names. Okay, just don't make up names. There we go.
Hang on.
AJ
looks like he just pulled up a bunch of computer generated faces.
Is that like a Google Images Guess Who game that you just pulled up?
We're gonna go look at their stats.
He's gonna bring up the stats right now.
If you haven't liked this video or this live stream, please like it. It helps us grow this channel.
As soon as we started talking about all the owners, we lost half of our viewership.
Who gives a shit?
I'm just kidding, bro.
We do this for ourselves, man.
Bro, I'm kidding.
And our fans.
We
Can't believe we talked about it.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, if you haven't liked it, like this, please subscribe.
So
please share it. It helps us grow the channel.
What I was gonna say while Alex was bringing that up, and then I started to make jokes. If we look at their schedule and some of those games are so tough, Steve Chili is saying exactly what I was about to say, but they haven't played a good defense like ours yet. If you look at those teams that they're going, I mean, outside of maybe the Philadelphia Eagles game, who are like the king of who have been the king of like secondary turnovers this year is whatever or takeaways that people are talking about. Outside of that, what defensive team have they played that would be notable?
Well, I mean, they got shut down by the Pats, but I know what you're saying in the standings. Yeah, you're right. But they had a close game against a 5-1 team. The Vikings and them had a 4-point game.
Yeah.
So we can't sleep on these guys. We can't sleep on them. You can't come in thinking it's going to be an easy win. The Cowboys need to come out after this Eagles loss, rally around Dak Prescott, and put the fucking boots to these guys. Like, we need to stomp them out. It has to be an absolute murder.
When I look at the Lions, Goff is a I'm just trying to get to his touchdown.
And Eric Block 60 says, "Who gives a shit? They're not real fans anyways. Screw them. I'm riding with you guys, Cowboys for life."
Yeah,
Appreciate it, man.
Goff is a tier down
quarterback
from Dak, but maybe he's on the upper level of that.
Is he better than Cooper Rush?
Yes.
I'm kidding.
No,
I
agree. They have some scary rushing, and I really like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he's a really exciting player. He was injured, I believe, maybe last week. So maybe he won't be back. We'll see. But otherwise, they don't really have too many scary targets. TJ Hawkinson.
I'm TJ Hawkinson, and I'm about to end you.
You're mine.
Yeah, Hawkinson's actually not a bad tight end.
Yeah.
He had one game that kind of inflated those stats, so I'm not scared of him as far as tight ends go.
He can go off. That's the thing.
But they have 2 wide receivers right now that are averaging. Josh Reynolds is averaging 14 per catch, only 2 touchdowns, but he's got a lot of targets. He's got a couple of receptions, and he's put up some yards. So
they can throw the ball.
What's their defense like? Obviously, I'm pretty sure they're, just by looking at how many points they've given up in 170, their defense is their weak spot. How many takeaways do these bitches have? They have,
just
sack wise, they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sacks, which is very bad.
Not a lot of tackles for losses and 2 interceptions.
So this is a perfect get back. This is a perfect get back DAK game.
Yeah. I saw Goff up the ball all the time out here in LA for many years, says boots on the ground. He's a perfect QB to help out our defense find their swagger back.
Crack him if you got him, son.
Got him.
No, you're right. This is a perfect game for Dak to come back, a perfect game for our defense to rebound, get ourselves a little bit of confidence, get through this game. I honestly wouldn't be happy with a close game. I need to see us kill these guys.
Yeah, we need an above 20-point game from our offense.
Our highest points for in a game was 26. I want us to eclipse 30 this week.
Well, unfortunately, but it all depends on how you handle this. Dak is going to be under a lot of pressure regardless.
Yep.
Okay.
You ain't wrong.
He's coming back to take over a team that's 4-2 in his absence. And also there's no excuses on the offensive line or wide receivers or tight ends.
Or
like Gallup's actually had a full game back, a game and a half, not a game and a half, two full games. Played a little softer the first game, but definitely played full the second game. So no excuses here. There is a lot of pressure on him to actually perform. Good. I think that's a good thing, though. Yeah.
Like, sure, we're playing a 1-14, but it's still going to be like there's that excitement because we have some unknowns. We have an unknown. The last time we watched Dak Prescott with this offense, it stuttered. It stumbled. It wasn't very good. It'll be exciting to see if we can finally start putting some pieces together. But at the same time, you got to think like he has been out for now 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Can we expect him to come out slinging it? That's why we have to stick to this run game, man.
I would even say he's out longer. Like, I mean, you can't even classify that game as like a game. The game that he got injured in week 1.
So bad. It was so bad. It was very, very bad.
One of the things that EJ has been saying, he's really worried that Detroit's coming off of a bye, and that worries him. Thoughts about a team, they're coming off of a bye week, making some adjustments, looking at the Cowboys plan.
Is it at home? Are we at home?
Yep.
We're at AT&T?
Yep.
So that helps. I'm glad we're at home. The Lions got to travel. That is good. I feel like you're not going to have a much of a presence of fan base of Lions fans in Dallas. So it's going to be an actual home game for us. A lot of the times it's like 50-50.
Why is that? Why is that true? They can't drive past 8 miles or what?
I see what you did there.
That's really good.
Did we lose you there?
No, I
was waiting for what you were going to say. I was about to say something about mom spaghetti.
Go
but
ahead.
I was just going to make an M&M joke, but you said,
I fucked it. Because I had something to say, then that vape 10 hit, and
okay, so I'll ask you guys.
Smoke weed every day.
Give me one thing that this team, the Dallas Cowboys, have to completely do against the Lions to get out and be 5-2 and still fighting for this division lead.
As a stats man, can we go through this page and then answer that question? Because
I would love to.
There might be some sort of interesting details here.
I thought you were still sieged out, so I was just trying.
No. I
Sorry,
there's multiple things happening. I had a point, and I didn't think it was relevant anymore.
Look, I cut him off. I as you're talking, I'm dropping fucking sound bites that you can't hear. It's a little bit shaky.
I haven't heard a single soundbite.
I know people are curious why you're not in the studio today, and it's like, listen,
I worked late. I couldn't make it.
As much as we all think that we're professional podcasters, we're not. We have day jobs.
So hey, is this the first time the Cowboys have been the overdog or whatever it's called?
The favorite?
The favorite. I don't do betting, man. I can't.
No, you're right. That's it. No, we may have been the favorites against the Commanders.
I doubt it. No, not with Cooper Rush. We were not.
I think we were the favorites.
I don't think so.
Maybe you're right.
And honestly, like here, they're going to say, well, Dak's game's back, and they lost against the Eagles, and Detroit's coming off of a bye week. Analysts, it's 7-1 for
I don't know
Detroit.
this voice you're doing, but I like it.
It's my analyst voice.
Okay.
Hi, I'm over here. Okay, go ahead, Alex.
So,
put your stats up.
And then let's just look at this team comparison.
Let's do it, dog.
Just like all the hot stats here. So
all the hot men. on that.
11 passing touchdowns for Jared Goff, which he can put up the TDs.
And they have a fucking Cooper Rush photo there because I think Cooper Rush is still playing. This must
They're
be
just
old already.
all they're doing is putting the
Top.
leader.
Yeah, the leaders. Jamal Williams, 332 rush yards. Zeke Elliott, 386. And Jamal Williams, 6 touchdowns. Zeke only 2.
I'm actually surprised at this
Me
point
too.
of the season, going into week 7, that Zeke only has 2 rushing touchdowns. That's very confusing to me.
Yeah, I guess he's not. Are we just not getting to the red zone?
It's weird. Zeke's usually, even if he's under sub 1,000 yards, he's still getting a shit ton of touchdowns. Like I'm pretty sure he had 10 rushing touchdowns last year, 2 receiving. Like he's usually good for those red zone touchdowns. It's just he's not getting it this year. He has 2 in 6 games. Very, very surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Evanoff says Cowboys -7.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're favorited by 7 points. Makes sense. That's actually a good bet to take. I might have to throw some money out.
Hey, don't do it. Both of these teams that you bet for the Lions, they get a goose egg. You bet for the Cowboys, we lose. Do not do it.
I won't bet.
I'm not confident in that.
I bet you you're not going to bet.
Aiden Hutchinson here. He was their first taken guy in the draft, 2nd overall, 3 sacks. I think he got all 3 of those in one game, so it's a little inflated.
Yeah,
Micah still repping those 6 sacks, which he actually only got in 3 games. So I would like to see Micah get on track again, get a couple sacks, and then obviously Trevon Diggs is leading our team with 2 interceptions, and they have Deshaun Elliott.
Yep,
Sean Elliott.
Deshaun Elliott.
Well, it's hard for me. It's kind of just all the letterings mashed
You're
together.
supposed to know all the players in the NFL. Okay,
Deshaun
you're embarrassing me. Get your fucking head straight.
I mean, we can go through their stats.
Yeah,
here,
do it.
but
Stat me up.
Yeah,
Everybody loves the stat.
AJ loves stat.
I realize that's-
Everybody loves the stats.
I mean, they put up a lot of yards. They can move the ball. That's a concern, but at least our defense is the stronger half of football. So, they're putting up 260 average passing yards a game. We're only doing 182, but I expect that to change, of course. And the first downs per game, though, they're getting 21 a game. Cowboys only 17.
Yeah, and you know what? Sorry.
No,
I literally did not listen to anything that you just said,
Okay.
so I was going to totally detract us, and I was very wrong of me to do that.
No, the good thing with the first downs, first downs is a huge stat. The more first downs you're getting, obviously you're sustaining drives. I feel like we've lacked we haven't had any drives that have felt like that Eagles drive where they went on a 14 play drive. Those are soul crushing teams. If you can get a lead and you can go on a 10 plus play drive, you're killing it. And by our first downs, you can see that we haven't been able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Randy's saying Dallas's over-under is 29.5 points in the game, and Detroit is 19.5 over-under.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then Boots is saying Turpentine this Sunday, he will return a punt for a TD. Bet on that.
I like it.
And that's where we're finally going to be able to do those screech shots.
Hey, we don't have Screech to shoot.
That's finally when we're going to be able to double shotgun. That's finally when we're going to be able to stone cold Steve Austin's sideways beer chug.
Sideways beer chug it. So back to my question.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't listening to that one either. My apologies.
It's okay. What do you think we need to do?
Mm-hmm. Right.
The one thing we have to do to beat these dirty Lions, these dirty Detroit Lions from 8 Mile.
I think defense is going to really have to help out
Defense!
Dak in the offense so that there's no urgency for us to be pressured to throw the ball more than 30 times. So I think that I lean away from the mic to burp.
Do it.
I did.
Do it.
But I think the defense is just going to have to play sound defense. I don't even really care if we don't get a lot of sacks or interceptions, a lot of takeaways. I mean, obviously,
Give me the one thing you need the defense to do then, you dirty dog.
They need to keep the offense to under 300 might be too much, but I think with what we saw, like under 300 yards,
Total yards.
passing, rushing is would be really good. 250 though, if I'm going to do bold prediction on this one.
What
Under
points?
two-
What points though?
But
Score?
So, but what did we keep?
Oh,
what were the total yards that we kept the Eagles under? Because we kept Jalen Hurts under 100 and what was it? 40 yards.
The Eagles were under 300 total, or very
So
close.
if we can keep the fucking Eagles under 300 yards, then we should.
It's hard to say that though in the NFL. Like if you go,
Well, it's hard to say that. Yeah, of course.
teams.
Yeah, of course. But you're just using the assumption that you're gonna crack them if you got them, son.
Got 'em, son.
Um.
Well, I'll use that assumption too then.
Oh, finally we get it.
Oh
okay.
my-
Oh, we got to go. What? It's sprayed
These
ya?
things are like shooken up or something. Every
'Cause
time I open it, just blows up.
They're.
Crack him if you got him, son.
Oh, geez. Kilo's not here, and we're getting a bot.
Yeah, this Kilo missed tonight. That's weird.
I was literally talking to him 5 minutes before the game. Before
We're going in. Ad has his the strip on.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Hang on, I gotta here. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna.
Okay, well, AJ, what I was gonna say,
yeah.
like with you saying total yards under and all this stuff, that's great and all, but I want you to give me, it's not even a bold prediction, but I just need to know what is like the number one stat, the number one thing that this defense, because I like that you went defense heavy, that this defense needs to do to prevent Detroit scoring. They've scored. Detroit scored.
Yeah.
What can we do that the Patriots did prevent them from scoring?
You know, I didn't watch the game, but I'm going to take a couple guesses here. Number one is it's actually taking the same mindset, but always implementing it like that I had for Eagles. I still like the mindset of doing your best to shut down the run and forcing a quarterback to play quarterback in the NFL. Giving out, maybe we're looking for one or two dead ducks that get thrown out there and then capitalizing on that chance and score and picking it off. Pick six would be deadly because then we got to do a shotgun, but I'll take it. So it's always probably for me, my mind is always going to be going to keeping pressure on that quarterback and making them be a quarterback.
So
I like that mentality.
The best way you can do that is getting an early lead, right? That's why I'm excited to see this defense if we get up by 14 points. And now the team that we're playing against, we haven't had this yet, right? We haven't seen this defense with an offense that is extended drives and got up with a lead. Imagine how deadly this defense can be when they're like, okay, it's a 75% chance that this team's going to pass it. Let's unleash everything. We haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen us play with a big lead. We haven't even seen us play with like a 2-touchdown lead. I want to see that. I want to see when we can just unleash Dan Quinn and the defense and just attack.
Yeah, I definitely. So what? Sorry, Kilo is in the house. He was just watching Yankees versus Astros, so he's.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. Kilo's got his team playing in playoffs right now.
So we have a couple of comments. So Randy is basically saying what Alex saw what Randy said in the chat, and then he went off of what he said. Force Goff to throw under pressure. I know. Force Goff to throw under pressure.
Me and Randy think the same. That's why.
You guys are synced up.
Well, I mean, of course, you got to put pressure on Goff and make him make those mistakes. Eric in the chat saying we haven't formally introduced the NFL to the or the world to Turpin. I mean, yeah, he did his thing in preseason, but we haven't seen the USFL MVP do anything as of yet, and he believes he can be a key to the success. So it would be great to see more turpentine in a game like this, but I don't think we're going to see it unless we start to get up by a lot and the Cowboys start to relax a little bit. I think going into this game, as much as we're paying DAK and all these professional athletes to not buckle under pressure, there is that sense of like, okay, we can't lose to the Lions. DAK's coming back off. We don't want him to panic. I think the worst thing we could do, personally, is to have him throw monster yardage in the first drive. I think like get the handoff, ground and pound with the run. Well, even if you see that most opportune moment, like don't force that ball and let him get comfortable. Get some short throws in just to get that rhythm going and get back. Get some.
That's dude. That is the theme of it. Is what's that offense going to be like? Here's what I want to see.
You just said it to me like I was an idiot. You're like, yeah, dude.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing. I was agreeing. Yeah, dude. I was doing the Steve-O, yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's a good soundbite we should get.
True.
Yeah.
But, Anth, you mentioned unlocking the defense a little bit more. That would be wild because I think that they've been really in sync. So if there's like a second level to that,
I think there is, man.
That's
I honestly
wild.
do.
And but as for offense, yeah, take it slow. Like Dak's in, those big throw opportunities are gonna come. I'm equally as surprised as anyone else that Turpin's not out there making those plays, but maybe that's because there was no confidence. We know Kellen Moore has a large confidence in Dak's arm, even sometimes to a fault, but
Sometimes to a fault.
often to a fault. So will we see him? I don't know. But if he's not starting to play soon, it's like, what the fuck are you doing with this guy?
So so Ad was basically saying kind of ease Dak in there. AJ, you were saying basically let the defense do its thing. I'm kind of in between, mainly with the Dak Prescott thing. I think the number one thing with him coming back is to limit his throws. I don't think he should throw more than. I'll actually be pissed off if he throws more than 30 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He shouldn't throw more than 30 times. He should get in there. Dak is best. He has all the tangibles to be a great quarterback in the NFL, but he's best when he has the supporting cast, and he has a supporting cast that can do enough without him needing to go out there and feel like he has to win games. I saw someone in the chat earlier saying we always play kind of down to our opponent, and the Cowboys have done that for years. When we're in games that we should absolutely just smash someone out, we never do. It's always ends up being a close game. I just really want to see this be an absolute ass beating. And I hope they're coming into it. I hope the Cowboys are coming into this too. I hope they're mad that they lost to the Eagles. I hope they're coming out and they absolutely just want to embarrass Detroit.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see. I want to see us. I don't want to see a close game. I want to see us absolutely smash these guys.
And I want to see Dak grip the ball.
Hey, we all saw it on Skip Bayless's disgusting whip-worm face.
Can you get that up? Can you get him up on Instagram,
We were
please?
so close. It looks like he's about to fucking pulse off right in front of everyone.
Is he on drunk or on
Dude,
drugs in these?
I think
He looks like someone that's fucked up.
he's fucking thirst. He's getting those 40-year-old cougars with his disgusting whip-worm.
Get that up. So
worm
AJ's gonna
lips.
pull up Skip Bayless right after we lost.
Was
to
it
the
on?
Eagles.
Was it on Twitter or
it was-
Instagram?
Instagram?
Oh, okay.
It was also like I feel like in Office Space when the apartment complex and the neighbor to the main guy, he's like, yeah, I do 2 chicks at one time, dude. And it's like the way that it's a small apartment complex. I feel like that's where Skip Bayless lives, in an apartment complex like that.
I hate his like purpley blue wall that he's always in front of. Get the sound on here.
Oh my god! I have to. We gotta get this in. Bro.
Get it in.
You pause that.
I know, eh?
So anyone listening right now, we are watching Skip Bayless's reaction to the loss to the Eagles. And this is why you got to get on the YouTube. Because you gotta see
for
this
anybody who's
content.
watching, he's not wearing a mouth guard right
Look
now.
at these comments. The 5th booster kicking in.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious because he posted a picture just before this of him getting his 5th booster, and then the top comment is, "That's the 5th booster kicking in."
And then this dude doing a Joker scene. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
Do you got
well,
the sound on? No. You still didn't click it. There it is.
We had them. So many chances. So many penalties. It was 20-17. Even with Cooper Rush, it was 20-17. We had them. We'll definitely get them next time.
Why
After
is he
you listen-
whispering? You know
after
why
you
he's
listen to-
whispering? He's whispering because he cannot be loud after 11 p.m. in his complex. That's why.
I like after you listen to him talk and this dude's doing a Joker scene, he does seem like he's from one of the Batman movies. Please do the one before when he's like, oh my God.
Okay. And I'll go and we'll go and watch some more. But what he says is true. Why does he have to deliver it in such a fucking uncomfortable way? Like,
we're talking about it, I guess.
Oh, but watching it makes me very uncomfortable.
I could say this. He's probably,
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Come on, Micah.
Come on, Micah.
Oh, we gotta clip that. We gotta clip that someone.
He has the 1,000-yard stare going on. He is not sober.
What's he looking at?
He's looking at himself.
He's looking at himself.
He's looking at himself. If you're ever doing a selfie video for the World Wide Web, don't look at yourself. Look at your face camera. Don't look at yourself.
Yeah.
Make eye contact.
Yeah.
He's in media. He should be doing that.
Let's get one more in here.
But what is with the mouth? I don't know. I whispers. I don't know. I don't get any of this.
Man, I tried to tell you about Cooper Rush. Now I feel sorry for Dak Prescott.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I can't wait for Undisputed tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that.
He's not wearing any pants, by the way.
Man.
Oh, of course he's not.
You know.
This guy's photo could be on so many fucking.
Me.
He's getting clicks though, and he gets people sharing and watching. So he's doing his job at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, exactly. Look, there's stuff that he says when I'm listening to him on Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, and I'm like, oh, I agree with what he's saying here. And then Shannon Sharp, I'm like, oh, I don't agree with what you're saying here. It's just everything around it. It's just like, man, come on, Skip, you're better than that.
Skip. Okay, we're gonna do a weird segue from that to score predictions here.
Ooh,
a weird segue.
Damn,
weird
so
segue.
Best comment: Skip looks like my dickhead, bro.
Fuck Alex. This could be the hardest score prediction yet.
No, I got a good one.
Okay, you go first. You're always making us go first.
We're scoring. It's gonna be 45-12.
Wow, 40
Cowboys
burger.
Nation. They're only
That's
gonna get
fucking ludicrous.
They're only getting 4 field goals, baby.
4 field goals. Is that the bold prediction?
No, I got a bold prediction too. But you guys get your score prediction, and then I'll.
That's wild.
39-10 for me.
I already forgot what I said. 40. Did I say 45-12?
Yeah,
I like it.
Mine's 39-10. I think we're just gonna be shy of a fucking 40 burgs.
I saw this video. I saw this thing on Twitter. This chick.
Holy shit!
I saw this thing on Twitter. This chick posted. It was when the Eagles fans and Cowboys fans were going at it, and a Cowboys fan. It was actually quite mean, but this Cowboys fan posted, "The Cowboys are going to put up a 40 burger on the Eagles," and then someone commented, "It looks like you just ate 40 burgers."
Wow.
I just thought it was a mic drop moment.
Before you give your comment, Filthy showed up in the chat right now. But bizarre that he didn't show up on Sunday to troll us. But he's saying Jared Goff will love that defense this Sunday. Jalen Hurts gave him some tips.
Shut up, Filthy. You don't know that. You don't know that for sure.
The only tip Jalen Hurts is getting is from Miles Sanders
in his O-ring. Oh, here come the bots. My prediction, eh? Yeah, I think your guys' predictions are absolutely wild.
Boot
That's
says
how we do.
Boot says 41-10 Cowboys. Get my shirt ready. I'm men's XL. And then
boy.
And then Steve says that's 2. I'm an XL as well. 40-10. So we got
we got lots of 40 burgers getting thrown around here.
Yep.
So
yeah. I mean, I'll go through.
I'm gonna my heart tells me it's gonna be a 34-31 game Cowboys.
What?
34-31?
Yeah.
AJ, don't you? Okay, but I like it. Own it up. 34-31. AJ's going for it. We're going bold predictions, and I'm going to start this one off right now. Dak Prescott comes back, and I'm not even going to say he throws a lot. Dak Prescott, I don't know if this is bold enough, but I'm going to say Dak Prescott runs for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Whoa. 65?
Yeah. Dak Prescott is running for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns. His legs aren't hurting. Dak looks like he's in the best shape he's ever been in the NFL. I just have a feeling he's going to use his legs a little bit this week.
And Dak runs with those sloppy feet like he's got clown shoes on.
He's got some gigantic feet.
If you watch him run, he's got these weird little stuff. Well, I mean, Patty Mahomes also has a weird little run to him. So it's not a knock. It's just something funny that like
Dak's limber with his little hip warm up moves that he does every game.
Hey, he could do a hip warm up on me.
Yeah, even when he's not playing, he's doing those hip warm ups. You know,
you got to. Can't let the lower body go to waste.
There's so much effing pressure on Dak Prescott.
But he's scared to say fucking?
No.
I got a quick question for you guys, though.
Is anything quick?
Yeah. Well, it could be.
Okay.
Not around these parts.
So, Ant, you said the Cowboys are going to score 45. Adam, you said they're going to score 39.
Yep.
Where are those touchdowns coming from? Do you have a feeling? Do you have a vibe?
Well, for me, 2 from Dak Prescott running. And then the rest, just everyone. So 45, I'm saying they're scoring.
For a lot of touchdowns.
I say we're going to see Schultz with a touchdown, Fergalicious with a touchdown. CD's going to get a touchdown. So those are my 3 throwing touchdowns. Zeke.
I'm saying 6. My stat says 6 touchdowns and a field goal. So Dak's running 2 in. I got 4. I got to say.
If Dak runs 2 in, that another 4 from the team is believable in my eye.
39 is an actual tough number to hit because 35 points would be 5 touchdowns. How would you even get that? I'm trying to think how you'd probably have to do 4 touchdowns.
You got to do 2. You got to do 2 of them has to be 2-point conversions.
You got to miss a kick. There's got to be a missed kick.
There's got
to be a missed field goal.
Yeah. Missed field goal.
2 missed field goals.
Okay. I mean, so maybe I'm so used to calling prediction scores with fucking Greg the Leg.
Who cares? You used, we're all clairvoyant.
Hey, 39-10.
I like how AJ's trying to skip his answer. Oh, no, you gave us.
I gave you mine.
If
I
said 34. AJ would say it like this.
34-31, you said.
Yeah. So
okay, let's get these boldies. I gave my boldie.
Adam?
My bold prediction. Should I do my classic?
Do your class. Hey, look, I made a joke.
Is Micah scoring 2 touchdowns and Trevon Diggs scoring 2 touchdowns?
My bold prediction is.
I want to see it.
My bold prediction.
Say it, babe.
Come on, babe. Spit it out,
Come
babe.
on, babe.
Dak Prescott will throw.
Yeah.
For over 355 yards.
Whoa.
Okay. How many tugs?
Well, I already said how many tugs he's going to get. He's going to get.
I need it in your boldie.
2 TE tugs and a CD Lamb tuggy. So 3.
There you go. So 355 and 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
Okay. That's bold.
That's strong.
And I mean, so Steve in the chat, I want Micah to get a pick so bad too. I've been calling him forced fumble, scooping scores. I feel like when I've been heavy on my defense for the bold prediction to last week, I got called out by the boys in the studio that we just eliminated my bold prediction for the game.
For what?
Well, I don't know. I think I have like 3 weeks in a row was the same bold prediction.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little excited that we can switch up our jerseys this game.
I know. That is nice.
You know what I mean? Not that I don't want to wear Diggs.
So
I've been switching them. I haven't worn the same thing the whole time.
Who's going to wear Dak on? Who's going to wear? Okay,
I am. I'm going Dak.
You're going Dak? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go Micah.
So my bold prediction.
What's that big bold prediction of yours?
You can see it throbbing.
Is Schultz back?
Yep. You're going Schultzy. Nice.
No. I'm just thinking.
No, you're just feeling the room.
Do you want some? Do you want a couple of the chat's bold predictions?
Sure.
Yeah, let's hear a couple.
Okay, so Boot says bold prediction: trifecta. Turpin scores, Dig intercepts. Micah Parsons scores a TD, either pick or recovered fumble.
Like it.
Randy Evanoff has a 30-23 score for the boys. That's with a defensive score as well. Run game will take a lot of the clock. Let me see some of the other bolds that are up here while I'm going through it.
Fuck with me, DJ.
Turpin returns. I say the D scores, and Turpin returns 1 kick or punt.
I would love a Turpin time touchdown.
If I win, can I fly to
Nuclear.
Canada, pick up my shirt in person, come on the show, and then sleep on that couch that Ann sits on, then fly back on Monday? That's from Boots, of course.
Fucking without even, we don't even have to answer that. It's yes.
Yeah, duh. Hey, duh. Oh man. Okay, bold prediction. So EJ says 34-16 Dallas, bold prediction. Dak has 3 tutties, but only throws 26 times for 266.
Okay. That's good. I like very specific. I like the very specific ones.
And that's, I don't know. I got
So it looks like it looks like the Piper's coming for the payment, AJ.
yeah, AJ, what is it? Come on, AJ.
Nate says, my bold prediction is AJ stretches his neck before the third.
Oh yeah. That's not that
Hey,
bold.
and it's a 10 a.m.
It's a 10
game.
a.m. game.
You know how-
Eat breakfast, dude.
Eat breakfast.
Hey,
Okay.
I don't eat before noon.
No. We will have
You have
breakfast
to.
here.
Not
We will
gonna do
have
it.
breakfast here.
Okay.
Don't eat before. We'll have breakfast here.
Then I want something specific.
Oh yeah. Hey. So filthy's talking shit to Kilo. Kilo. You're a moderator for a reason. If you want to ban him,
No, Kilo.
Hey.
No,
hey,
we don't ban.
I trust.
The
I
only
trust
thing that-
Kilo.
I trust Kilo.
I trust Kilo, but the only thing that I think we should ever ban is if anyone starts
Don't-
doing anything
Don't argue in front of
that's
the
going to
kids.
get us banned.
Threaten.
If people want to come on
sometimes
here and
threatening-
talk shit, we welcome that.
threatening other teammates.
Because I'm not a scared of it, and I don't want.
Well,
the
while
only thing-
AJ was babbling on, I realized I also have moderator duty, so I'm banning him. No, just kidding.
No, yeah, no. Filthy is like. I like the.
Oh, okay.
What are you
so-
saying?
Okay, so here's I'll just get off the filthy train here. Bold is, for Randy Aronoff. Bold is Goff will have 3 interceptions.
I like
Okay.
it.
Eric Black.
Hope so.
Eric Black says, "I say Dak throws 289 yards with 2 TDs, and Zeke has 1 rush TD with his highest rush game of the year at 105, and Pollard with 79 yards, CD 1 TD, and Fergie or Hendershot 1 TD."
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's an offensive explosion right
you
there.
like that policy, eh?
I like it. It plays into my 45 to
Peace out, Randy.
see
Sorry,
Randy. AJ, quit stalling. Let's hear it.
Yeah, Chris Stalin, AJ.
Okay, so my bold prediction. Do I go offense or defense usually?
You haven't even figured it out.
No, I haven't.
These
I'm gonna do it on the fly. I'm gonna do
Got
it on the
Do
fly.
it live.
I'm gonna do it on the fly. I'm
actually-
touching my neck, bro. Here's something I think we're gonna see 3 different receivers with 80+ yards and a running back get 80+ yards.
Okay.
So
Are you
it's-
gonna dare say the wide receivers?
I think Schultz would
It's a
be one.
Hey, this isn't a bold prediction. This is just a general prediction.
I mean,
Oh, here we go.
He loves the multiplayer predictions.
Sebastian says bold prediction: 3 defensive touchdowns.
That's fucking bold.
strongly bold.
I don't think it's that bold.
That would be 3 shotguns for us.
Yeah, which is great on a 10 a.m. game. Hello,
The
I
obvious
don't mind
answer,
the 10 a.m. games.
No, me neither.
hello.
Get some chicken wings after the game.
Fucking some French toast.
Fucking
Some
French toast.
That's a good one too. I'm gonna get that one for.
So that's your bold prediction?
yes,
80,
you just-
80, 80, 80? So 3 times 80 for
80s.
wide receivers. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 times 80 for wide receivers. Zeke 80. I like it.
Zeke or
Oh.
Pollard rushing, not a passing.
Right.
Here's a good bold to end on a high note.
Yeah, let's end this on this high note here.
Boot says bold prediction: you 3 will agree that Dak will be the Kraken player of the game.
I hope so. Hey, we didn't do a Kraken player of the game for last week.
Oh shoot!
So who's our Kraken player of the game?
From last week, I'm gonna say
Cooper
Zeke
Rush.
Elliott.
Yeah.
Zeke Elliott
Oh,
was
yeah.
the Kraken
Yeah.
player of the game.
Zeke. That's
I don't
2
even know
for
if you
Zeke.
can argue that.
You can't argue that.
Okay, so for the bandwagon,
Oh, hang
boys-
on a sec. Statman wants
Oh
to
my
bring up
God.
Statman wants to bring up stats.
Okay, Scatman. Me.
Congrats, Zeke.
Oh, so it is Zeke. Okay, you're agreeing with us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Congrats, Zeke.
is that the first offensive Kraken player of the game we've had?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yep.
He deserved it. Zeke looked good, man, and
Zeke
he
did
looked
look good.
Zeke. I hope we can carry that into this week against the Lions. I hope they keep toting that rock. For the bandwagon boys over there, me out of office. I hate being out of office. fuck jobs. I hope eventually this could be my job. That's why we're doing this, because I hate, like, I'm sitting there looking at the time. I'm yelling at people like that. I got to get the fuck out of here because I got important shit to do.
Guys, I got a podcast to record.
Oh, even if I said that and someone said, what, really? That would make me even more mad. But for the bandwagon boys over there, Anthbest over here, we will be live streaming an hour before the game on Sunday. I hope anyone that's in chat will be there for us. Love you guys.
Hey, it's all the Can Fan fam's going to be in the chat. You know it. Anybody who's watching right now, you know they're going to be on pregame.
We love
It's
it.
gonna be dope. It's gonna
See
be
you
dope.
for breakfast. We're eating on some lions. We eating on some lions. We eating on some lions.